And news just coming in. So when the British Prime Minister landed in New Delhi at the Palam Technical Area, he was received with a Jai Siya Ram. Ashwini Chobe, Union Minister of State for Consumer Affairs, received Rishi Sunak and the British First Lady. I quickly want to cut across to India Today's Polami Saha for more on this. Polami, the India Connect, the Practicing Hindu Connect, his visit recently, Rishi Sunak's visit recently to the Cambridge University, where he was hearing a discourse of Murari Bapu and started the discourse with the Jai Siya Ram. That's actually endeared him a lot more to the followers of Sanatan Dharma in India, Polami.
That's right. We did, of course, see images, Gaurav, of very warm exchange that took place between Ashwini Chobe, who was receiving Rishi Sunak, and Mrs. Akshata Murthy as they landed in New Delhi for the G20 Leaders Summit. Rishi Sunak, of course, wears his religious identity on his sleeve. He's a practicing Hindu. He, of course, on various occasions has visited temples. He said Jai Siya Ram very recently as well. He's said to be a big bhakt of Murari Bapu as well. Again, as far as his India visit is concerned, while there's no official confirmation from the British High Commission, we do hear that he could possibly make a visit to the Akshardham temple. Much of the private visits of the delegates and the leaders who are in fact here in New Delhi is being kept very tight-lipped about. So we do not have an official confirmation on the same, but we do hear that he could be visiting Akshardham temple as and when he finds time after the G20 summit is over.
You know, it's very interesting if we were to talk about Rishi Sunak, for a moment longer. The fact that he's a practicing Hindu, the fact that he has an idol, a small idol of Lord Ganesh on his table, the fact that he does Gau Seva with his family, all of that doesn't take away from the fact that when he interacts with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and when he was speaking to the British press before coming to India, he said he will keep UK's interests first, and he is taking up the Ukraine issue very, very effectively with India, and there is a bilateral once again that he has with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Polami.
That's right. Of course, he is going to focus on the potential free trade agreement. That is going to be one of the focus areas, which is what Downing Street has already said before Rishi Sunak's arrival here in India. And of course, he will not let the focus away from the Russia-Ukraine conflict. He met with the Ukrainian President Zelensky, very recently, and he, in fact, has been very clear in terms of what he, in fact, believes is Russia is at fault, and that this needs to be very, very clear when, of course, that New Delhi declaration, in fact, is put together, that communique is released. In fact, a few of the things that he's already said before arriving over here in his statement, once again, Vladimir Putin is failing to show his face at the G20. He is the architect of his own diplomatic exile, isolating himself in his presidential palace and blocking out criticism and reality. Those are very harsh words, Gaurav, that Rishi Sunak has used for Vladimir Putin, who sent his representative Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, who's already landed here in New Delhi for the G20 summit. So expect the UK to be one of the very hard bargaining partners at the table when, of course, there are countries pushing forth with a mention and a very strong mention of the Russia-Ukraine war and a reprimand of Russia in that New Delhi declaration, which will be out on the 10th of September.
Reprimand wordings are going to be very, very critical at this point of time. India again navigating, I mean, it's a minefield, navigating each and every word to ensure that no side is upset. And while Russia-Ukraine conflict is addressed, what's equally important is that the SDG, the Sustainable Development Goals that you've set for yourself, you're able to keep up with them, you're able to meet them, you're able to ensure that whether your focus is women-led development, whether your focus is digital use of digital infrastructure to benefit humankind, that moves forward too. That shouldn't be held hostage. Follow me for the moment. Many thanks for joining me.